What does a general contractor actually do? I think a lot of homeowners might have the wrong idea about it, and the actual answer may surprise you. Let's start with what people assume. Some folks believe that the general contractor just marks up the subs and skims off the top, takes a cut, doesn't really do anything. I understand why it looks that way, but without a good general contractor, you've got 15 trades who don't know when to show up. My job is to assemble the project up front. That's the scope, the pricing, the timeline, the permits, and the contract that spells all of that out. Hence the name Contractor. Once that's in place, my job shifts to running it, keeping it on track, keeping it smooth, minimizing risk, and carrying that risk because if something goes wrong, that's mine. I'm the professional middleman between you and your project. I vet the subcontractors, inspect the work between each phase, and sometimes during them to make sure it's up to par. Some of it is even design. There are decisions that might come up mid-project that somebody's gonna have to answer. Here's the part that surprises people the most. It's primarily an office job. I'm on site just about every day, between 1 to 3 hours typically. Sometimes more depending on how busy we are. That might be one larger project or even 2 or 3 at the same time. But a lot of days I'm working 10 or more hours. Most of those hours are scheduling, ordering, chasing materials, or on the phone. You might not see me on site all day and wonder where I'm at. The truth is, you don't want to see most of the behind the scenes work. And if you did, you'd have to quit your job and manage the project full time. And that's the whole reason why you hired somebody. Here's something that most people don't know. I don't actually manage the subcontractors' schedules. I can't tell them what time to get there in the morning. What I can tell them is what day or week will be ready for their scope. So when a sub calls a week out and tells me that they're going to be a day or two late, 2 things become my job. Telling you as honestly and as early as possible so that your expectations are set, and absorbing as much of the hit as I can. That means getting on the phone with the other trades, seeing whether the new schedule still works, finding out whether there's another scope we can pull forward into that gap. Most of what we do is minimizing the damage from things that we don't directly control. Everybody has a bad day, and when something isn't done right, it's on that sub to fix it, and it's my job to bring it to their attention. Legally, I can't tell a sub how to do his job. I can tell him how I want it done and trust that he knows how to get it done, which is exactly why the vetting on the front end matters so much. I've actually never had anything drastic go wrong. It's usually fit or finish and that needs touching up. But there have been a couple of times where I've had to bring in a different sub at my own cost to make sure something is made right. I don't enjoy it, but that's also part of the deal. Here's the hardest part. It's being the bad guy. If some materials are delayed, it's the contractor's fault. If a sub runs late, that's the contractor's fault. If an inspection fails, that's the contractor's fault. If there's a quality problem, even one that I caught myself, that's the contractor's fault. Whatever it is, it's always the contractor's fault. And to a point, rightly so. That's the job. And to be perfectly honest, if any of these things are being brought to your attention, that's the contractor doing his job. It's still on me to fix it either way. In conclusion, what does a general contractor actually do? We assemble the project, we carry the risk, we stand between you and 20 moving parts, a building department and a schedule that falls apart if anybody gets out of order. You hire one person so you're not managing 15. If you're planning a remodel in Cache Valley and you'd rather hand it off, go ahead and reach out.